Hi guys, it's Alec here. Okay, I want to create. Hi guys, it's Alec here. So I want to just quickly show you something exciting about workflow. So workflow implementation is something that's massive in organizations, and it really does help to create a nice flow of documents and also a nice flow of work throughout the organization. And specifically, I want to touch on how we use workflows in my suppliers when it comes to documentation from requisition. So that's the exciting new one. That's why it's also in green here, that you can now do requisitions through my suppliers up to your purchase orders and then right through to your creditors reconciliations. But I'll probably just stop now at my suppliers. Supplier invoice. But I will show you, however, just kind of like what the flow of transactions is. So basically, requisitions are now available in my suppliers. It's a requisition, a document type, but it only creates a text file. It's not going to go into your Pastel partner yet, which is part of the big debate. Is I don't want it to yet hit a purchase order because it hasn't yet been approved. So the approval process actually is something that you import back into your My Suppliers. Your approval will look at it inside of your My Suppliers, and then once they are happy, issue the document. And that is the moment where it will import into where you can import into your Pastel database over here. That will then be printed as a PO out of your Pastel database as a PO in a PDF format, which is sent to your supplier. And from there, you receive your items or your services, which you then capture and link to your PO as per normal. And ultimately, you end off where you do a creditors reconciliation before you make payment to make sure that your supplier statement is equal to your creditors balance in your own Pastel database. And that you can actually do through my BI, which is a business intelligence tool. All right. So my supplier integrates with any Pastel partner or Sage 50 Cloud database, also Pastel Express. Right. So let me show you this quickly. Okay. So I'm going to call up a demo database here. Here we go. So this is my suppliers on a demo database. Here we go. You'll see there's another document type here, requisition. I'm just going to do something very simplistic here. I'm going to say I'm going to order something from supplier one. What I want to order, let's just call this cleaning materials. Okay. So the date auto the defaults to today's date. And let's say, when do I want this? So the requester would know I want this on 7 days from now. And over here you have access to either your items, or you can also type in your GL accounts here. So let's just go to items here just for this example. But you can type in any of your GL codes. So I'll just show you this 325. You don't use the forward slash, but that ultimately calls up your GL account, which is the normal GL accounts in your Pastel database. Okay, I'm just going to clear this line. Clear. Okay, so let's just say something like other items is what I want. So this is an item that's also in your Pastel master file database under items. Okay, and let's just say I want something like soap. Okay, and then I say I want 10 bars of soaps, bar. And I don't know necessarily, but I've done some research on the internet. And I said, okay, it's 30 Rand a bottle. And something else is, let's say I want another, soap type 2, but of this I want 100 bottles, or let's say 100 liter L, and I say that's 60 Rand a liter. Okay, so now I've created this, I say process and clear. So what that's done, it's created a text file. If you go back to the workflow over here, that text file is basically what the next stage of purchase order is going to work with. So, right. So if you go now over into your requisitions environment, you can actually just click here. It'll take you to your own My Suppliers requisitions environment. And here you can see it's created that text file I just said to you. Now, this text file is actually something that Pastel um, it can eventually import. But if you look at it, it's not something you can send to a supplier in this format. It's got your normal format of your the data as it's structured in your Pastel database, the header and the details, etc. So this is not something that is going to expose your company to risk because it's not an official document. Um, Now, this what we call is a data filing system principle. So what you basically do is the person that's going to now look at this to either approve the purchase order or reject it is going to import this file into his MySuppliers, and then based on his or her review, you'll actually go and either approve it or reject it, etc., by doing it manually over here, but also issuing that through the system. So when that person comes in, they'll actually have a clear environment. They'll then say, I want to do some purchase orders. And because of their review, they'll actually know, okay, this is for supplier number one, because it actually stands on that text file. They're going to go into it. They're going to say, okay, I'm going to have a look now. What did this person want? All right. And then they're going to also see, okay, well, this person wanted some cleaning material. So they can, of course, just replicate that as a reference and say cleaning, sorry for the misspell, materials. There we go. All right. Now importing this is over here. I'm going to import my documents, which is obviously similar to my customers. Everything starts with my. I know I've got something under my requisitions. I'm going to select that. It's going to call it in for me. And here, this reviewer can have a look and say, okay, this is what the person wants. Oh, you know what? No, we're only going to do 90 of these, but and the price I can now confirm is 58 bucks, and that one is 35 rand over there. Okay, I'm happy with this, and then as a reviewer and approver can now say process and clear. So what that's done, if I look here, it's created a purchase order, a text file over here, and that is something I can import into Pastel. But before I get there, I actually wanted to go and then I'm an approver, so I need to go and say I have now approved the request, and I actually manually move this data over into approved so that I know this is now cleared and we don't have to think about that open requisition anymore. It's now been completed. I now pop over into my Pastel environment. And once I'm here in my Pastel environment, I can go and import it as per normal. I've got the batch import functionality. All right, and there we go. I'm going to search for it, go into my Dropbox environment, my MyBI Dropbox environment, my suppliers, and there we go. Process, that's done. And now it's officially inside of my database. That's the one I've got now. And now I can print this as a PDF, and the workflow follows from here, where it's now printed as a PDF document out of my Pastel database. It's official. It goes to the supplier, and the supplier is going to deliver the items when it comes in, as when they can. And obviously that's going to be linked in your Pastel environment as it comes in, and ultimately be paid once it hits Creditors Recon environments. Okay, so I hope that it helps you understand how requisitions can be handled through MySuppliers. Okay, guys, have a great day. Bye.